What's going on, everyone? Commander K here. Welcome back to another tier list ranking. I have not been back to ranking in a while, nor have I been back to Commander K in a little bit. So, we're gonna be ranking every single Marvel movie in existence. I already did this with the Infinity Saga on Commander K Studios, which, by the way, go check that out. It might be re-uploaded to this channel. I don't know. But, actually, not true. I'm not including every Marvel movie because I feel like that'll take, like, hours to do. So, here are some rules. One, I am not including any of the TV shows. Okay? Like, I'm not going through each TV show individually. I might do that in the future, though. And also, I did not include a bunch of the X-Men's or Sony stuff, because with all of them, that will just take forever, okay? And I am not including the Marvel What If, because that was just Disney pushing Marvel to make more stuff for Marvel, and then that just came out. All that icky stuff. But let's get on with the rankings, starting with Iron Man 1. Love this movie. It was actually one of my first Marvel movies I've ever watched. So, it does hold a special place in my heart. But I'm not giving it A tier. There's a bunch of other stuff that goes in A tier. I swear I put all of these in order. Why is Thor Ragnarok here? Alright, we'll just do it how it put it. Thor Ragnarok. Pretty good. Definitely made Thor feel like a joke now. But overall, not a bad Thor movie. Also, Hulk versus Thor. That was awesome. I'll give it a B tier as well. The first Thor movie. What order did the tier list put them in? But nah, anyways. Thor, the first Thor movie. I don't watch it a lot, but every time I do watch it, it always blows me away with how many details I've noticed. So, I'm also giving it a C tier. Captain America, the First Avenger. This one's a good one, especially since Captain America is my favorite superhero in the entire MCU. I'm gonna give it an A tier. That's my first A tier of the entire list. I'm not giving a bunch of A tiers to a bunch of these movies, so feel lucky. We have the First Avenger. The Avengers is sort of like a thing where it's like each movie gets better each time. Like, the first Avengers wasn't bad, Age of Ultron wasn't bad, Infinity War gets significantly better, and then Endgame is just the best Avengers out there. Well, according to me, but still I'm giving it a B tier. The third Iron Man definitely didn't... I definitely wasn't a big fan of it, but, there were still some pretty cool scenes, like all those Iron Man suits coming together, which was awesome. Though still, I'm gonna have to give it a C tier. Thor 2, okay, let's basically get these two out there, because I don't think Thor 2 or Captain America 2 performed really good compared to some of their counterparts, but they're not the worst of the worst, which I don't really necessarily hate any Marvel movie. We'll get to that here soon. The Guardians, immediately A tier. It's A tier because it did everything right. It made a bunch of criminals and stuff like that feel like an actual family, rather than just a group of misfits, unlike some teams. Avengers Age of Ultron, I'm giving it an A tier mainly because Ultron is personally one of my favorite villains. So, yeah. Ultron has been in the MCU for a very long time, even though he's only had one appearance. That's it, which is annoying. Ant-Man. I'm gonna give it a B tier because I watched all 3 Ant-Man movies, and let's just say, actually, what am I talking about there? It's pretty good. Captain America Civil War, or we could just call it Avengers Civil War, because it basically has Avengers in it. I'm giving it an A tier immediately because it is awesome. Love how Tony and Steve really see 2 different sides of the story, but then they came together only to be torn apart by Zemo. Zemo is a cruel villain. Like, I really like him. And plus, he only became a villain because he lost his family in the Sokovia thing, which, yeah, he just wanted to avenge his family. Guardians 2, again, absolutely love this movie. Like, I don't hate any Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I don't hate either of them. Like, James Gunn did amazing on this movie. Yondu's sacrifice really did bring tears to my eyes when I saw it. Spider-Man Homecoming. It's sort of like this. It's sort of the same thing with Avengers. Each movie gets better as the trilogy goes on, except for Spider-Man Far From Home, because to me it didn't really perform great, but still, this movie gets a B tier. Doctor Strange. I don't watch this movie a lot, but I basically get the gist of it, and Dormammu was terrifying. So, I gotta give him C tier, only because I don't watch it a lot. I don't know why Hulk's all the way over here when we're basically almost done with the Infinity Saga, but whatever. C tier. I don't really watch it a lot, and I hate how they replaced actors. So, yeah, I don't really care for that. And also, Hulk isn't really my favorite superhero, really. Anyways, Black Panther. This one's a good one. Definitely love Chadwick Boseman, which R.I.P. to him. He'll forever be in our hearts. Avengers Infinity War. We are immediately giving it an A tier. Love that movie. It's sad how they lost in the end, which, honestly, for a Marvel movie, I was not, and I repeat, I was not expecting this outcome for the Avengers. Like, I did not see that coming when Thanos won. I did not see that coming. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm giving it a B tier. With the first Ant-Man, though, I prefer the first Ant-Man over Ant-Man and Wasp. But Ant-Man and Wasp and normal Ant-Man, they are pretty almost equal. I just a tiny bit prefer the first one. Captain Marvel. Okay, this is actually a one where I can actually put it in F tier. It had so much potential to be a great movie, but they ruined Nick Fury. Like, Nick Fury now is just a joke. Like, he used to be so serious, but now Captain Marvel is like, nah, we're taking Nick Fury's aura away. So, yeah. I mean, I like Captain Marvel herself. Like, she's really pretty, and she's a great superhero. I kind of just blame the writers for ruining hers and Nick Fury's story. Avengers Endgame. This has the most aura. It did everything perfect. And Iron Man's sacrifice brought me to tears. Not joking. Though the only flaw that I have with this movie is Hulk. They literally butchered Hulk. So, yeah, that's the only thing. But other than that, it's a great movie. Spider-Man Far From Home. This is gonna shock everyone. I put it in B tier. Actually, no. C tier. Here's why. I'm not ranking it so low. I don't hate any of the Spider-Mans. This one was... There had to be a weaker Spider-Man movie out there, and unfortunately, Far From Home was just it. We have Spider-Man No Way Home. I absolutely love how they took original Spider-Man villains and put them in here, and the Sinister Six was just a chef's kiss, let's just say. Oh my gosh. And the Iron Spider suit was amazing. And I love how they brought Toby and Andrew into this movie. Like, from Aunt May dying, that also really brought me to tears, because we've been following her forever, and they just kill her off then. Like, oh my gosh. I'm giving it an A tier. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, this really send off the Guardians. The F-bomb? I don't really like it, because why does everything have to revolve around cursing now? Like, Disney and Marvel used to be so PG friendly, and now they're promoting all these the cursing, the violence, the freaking everything. Like, I don't like the cursing. My friend likes cursing, so it makes sense that he would like cursing movies. But you also forget that sometimes people can be really immature. Definitely, if I had to put a last place for Guardians, it'd be Guardians Volume 3. But again, Volume 3 was nowhere near bad. Like, all three Guardians did it perfectly. Wakanda Forever. Again, there's only one time that I watched it, and it actually really did good. I'm giving it C tier. Not the worst of the worst. Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, they actually ruined Thor. They really ruined him. Like, he is now comedic joke. I hope they fix him in Doomsday. Though Gore, the God Butcherer, was actually very interesting. Eternity was good as well. Jane Foster dying was really sad. And Thor adopted a daughter. Like, it did so much perfect, but it also did so much bad. So, I'm kind of in the middle. C tier. Brave New World. This was actually one of the first times I've ever jumped at a, like, Sam Wilson stuff in his car, and then that bounty hunter came out of nowhere and just started just blasting at his car, and I actually almost screamed in the movie theater. Like, there was no one around, thankfully, in the movie, since I don't think it was received well, so no people was going to watch it, but me and someone else were, like, completely in that movie theater alone, and I nearly screamed at that jump scare. It really caught me by surprise when that guy started blasting at Sam's car. So, and Red Hulk was good. Harrison Ford. I was not expecting people to bring Han Solo into Marvel now. But, I'm actually gonna give it B tier. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I watched it a few times. I'm gonna say it's the weakest of the Ant-Mans, but I don't think it was bad. I'm giving it C tier. Black Widow. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Giving it B tier again. Why is Iron Man 2 all the way up here? Like, what is it doing here? Although Iron Man 2, it was actually the second Marvel movie I've ever watched in my life. So, A tier. I think Iron Man 3 performed the lowest. The Marvels. Honestly, I don't mind it. I like Miss Marvel. She's also pretty cute. But anything with Captain Marvel kind of just ruins it for me. Like, Captain Marvel is a great superhero. I think she's pretty, but, again, anything that Marvel does with Captain Marvel, it doesn't really work out well. I'd say the Marvels is a little bit better than Captain Marvel. We have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. What can I say? Like, this movie actually scared me. It wasn't bad. Like, Wanda sacrificing herself was really humble of her, since she literally caused all these incursions. But the Illuminati was very wasted. Like, they had potential and it got ruined by Disney. Deadpool. I love Deadpool, but it's sort of the same thing with Avengers again. Each movie just gets better. Deadpool 1 wasn't my favorite. Deadpool 2, it got better. But Deadpool and Wolverine deserves an S tier. Like, so far we are off to a good start with this. Okay, so we are now entering all of the X-Men's and Fantastic Fours, which, again, I did not include every X-Men, every Fantastic Four, and every Sony stuff, because this list will take forever. Logan. This was actually the first Marvel movie where I watched it and realized, wait, Logan is Logan a freaking horror movie? It feels more like a horror movie than it does in MCU, because there was so much gore, and I'm just like, nah, ain't having it. Though I actually really love the movie. Oh, no, what is it doing here? No, giving it B tier. X-Men's Origins Wolverine. I see what they did here, and I actually kind of dig it. Days of Future Past. This was a very popular X-Men movie. I'm gonna personally give it C tier. Rise of Silver Surfer. C tier again. The Fantastic Four's First Steps. I actually really love this one over the original Fantastic Fours. The Thunderbolts. They took a bunch of side characters and turned them into main stars with personal issues, and then they all overcome those issues as a family. And John Walker had a great redemption arc. Like, he went from desecrating Captain America's legacy to then redeeming himself, and plus, a lot of John Walker haters eventually succumbed to him, and they actually really like him now. And The Void was scary. A tier. Brand New Day. I watched this one in theaters. I am not gonna spoil anything, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and put it in A tier as well. We have the Spider-Man movies put together because I am not ranking them individually since I don't remember half of them. But Tobey Maguire, respect, because he's a legend. Andrew Garfield, another legend, although people seem to hate him for no reason at all. We have the Eternals right here, okay? I have mixed feelings about them. Like, I love them as a squad, and they had a bunch of potential. I kind of blame the writers for how they portrayed them. Like, I don't think they portrayed them good. I'm gonna give it a D tier. You're probably wondering why Avengers Doomsday is here on the list. It hasn't came out yet. It's coming out in 4 months. And to my simple response, I watched the trailer, and immediately it's already better than half of the MCU movies here on this list right now. So, the trailer alone says a lot. So, I'm giving it A tier. So, let me know down in the comments how you would rank these movies. So, like and subscribe. We will see you all in the next video.